Good evening.
I have to ask about the roughing the passer call right away. What did you hear about that upon review?
Mid-game, I was full of frustration, but I realized it's football and it's just a game that we're protecting our quarterback a little bit more. They said the way I was driving him into the ground, I led him on top of him, which caused the personal foul. I know now, but it was a bang play. I feel like it was a judgment play, but we move on, fight to the next day. So.
Just when you are that frustrated in game, how do you go about trying to put that behind you?
I don't sit too long on it. I just really go to the next play, try to make up for it. I'm not a guy who sits and thinks about the plays before. I just there's so much going on to just worry about one play that's in the past that you can't change. So always, I just preach to my teammates like next play. We just gotta get past it. It is what it is.
Jalon, what stood out to you about Tyrique in the start of the season that he's been able to have?
Right, I've watched Ty grow. He had his battle with his injuries in the past, and going through practice. Seeing him progress throughout the fall camp and getting back into his groove. It's exciting to see. I can't wait for him to go throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think you had 8 pressures on Saturday, the most of anyone that played a college football game last weekend. How, as a pass rusher, have you evolved or improved this season where you are making that sort of consistent pass rushing impact?
I feel like I'm just playing football out there. When the opportunity's gifted to me, I go get it. That's just what I do. Being a high motor player, and I like to go get the quarterback. So once I get the opportunity, the shot to do so, I just do it.
Jalon, Coach said after the game, the emphasis on the buy is about improvement. For a defense that's given up 9 points and no touchdowns, what are the areas that you guys need to improve on?
I feel like we need to improve on tackling. I feel like we had a poor tackling game. I feel like in the past seasons we've had, we were a better tackling team, and coming up, this game wasn't the best tackling game. So going off into our bye, we're getting better thuds, better footwork, and getting into leverage and pursuit and things of that sort. Just better tackling.
You got a lot of high praise after Saturday's game, including from Micah Parsons in the NFL. Did you see that, and what does that mean to you, kind of getting a lot of recognition after a game like that?
Yeah, I did. I feel like that recognition from Micah Parsons was, I appreciate it. Coming from a great player like himself, coming from similar traits that we both have, it's just a blessing to see that he sees that. It gives me motivation to keep going. That's just more fire to me to keep pushing it and become a better player every week.
Yeah, Jalon, go back to the tackling. What is a film session like when you have a tackling game like it feels like y'all had? Everybody's kind of seeing their own mistakes in film on Sunday or Monday.
We call it going to the doctor, and that's what we did. We went to the doctor and to see what we had going on, and it was our tackling. And we just emphasize it over the week to get better. This is our bye week, and we hone in our craft while we're in mid-season. So I feel like this week we're doing a great job of doing that.
Jalon, although you can't tell by how well you're playing right now, but with Michel out, do you have to kind of catch yourself, of trying not to do too much to compensate from his absence, as long as he's out right now?
No, I do my job. That's all it is. Being in a team defense, everybody has their job to do, and I just do mine. Try to do it at the highest ability I can.
Yeah, you guys obviously have Alabama next. How much have you gone back and watched last year's game against Alabama, and how difficult is it to prepare for someone like a Jalon Walker with the athleticism that he possesses?
Right, I feel that we're currently right now we're focusing on ourselves for this week, but I can't wait to prepare for Bama. Going to that last year's game, like I said in the past, it left a bad taste in my mouth, and I can't wait to prepare to get ready for that game.
Kentucky was like our first chance to get a full view, a full game of Trevor Etienne. There were some plays where he had an unblocked guy in the hole and he managed to get away from it. I'm assuming you guys have some similar experiences going against Trevor in practice. Can you talk about what you see from him on a day-to-day and week-to-week basis, and how that translated this past Saturday and going forward.
Right, in that game, Trevor was a vital component for our offense by stepping up and being there when we needed him the most. He made big runs, had explosive plays, and that's what he does in practice. I mean, as long as you have great practice during the week, and you should line yourself up for a successful game.
I know you guys are kind of doing your own thing in practice, not focused on Bama, but I imagine we're not going to talk to you next week. Just looking back to last year's game, what is key to having an effective pass rush against a quarterback with his skills?
I feel that just keeping him in his trap. He's a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback has legs and has vision down the field at the same time. Those are that's the new age of a quarterback to come into the NFL as well. So I feel like he has a great presence in the pocket. So getting that pressure and putting it on him and helps the secondary a lot more.
Jalon, with the way that y'all were able to finish that game against Kentucky, what do you think it says about the resiliency of this defense?
You repeat that?
Just the way that you guys finished the game out against Kentucky, what do you think it says about this defense?
That we're relentless, most definitely relentless. We have an edge about us that we don't want anybody in our end zone, and we will do what we have to do so.
Okay, more questions for Jalon? All right, thank you, Jalon.
Thanks, Jalon.